Hi there guys, and welcome to 2018. The start of the year means two things. The first thing is that I'm going to spend the next at least 3 months writing 2017 and getting it wrong. And the second thing is it's time for New Year's resolutions, goals, and this video. 7 things that you can do as a language learner in 2018. So in this video, I'm going to give you 7 objectives and resolutions for 2018 and then tell you what I'm going to do and how I'm going to try and make sure that it actually happens to me, because resolutions are made to be broken and this time we're trying to stick to them, okay? Number 1 is get a killer accent in your target language. Now for me, I really need to do this in French because... Oh, Tom, this is Pierre.
Ah, bonjour Pierre, je m'appelle Tom.
Mais tu dis quoi là, Englishman? Yeah, so it's not brilliant for me at the moment, but I really want to get better at my French accent, and for me the easiest way that I find to do that is just to listen and imitate as much as possible. So it's going to be French TV shows, radio, podcasts, audiobooks, everything like that, listening to it and then trying to say it and copy what that guy's doing. So this brings me on quite nearly to number 2, which is find an incredible book series in your target language. Now it doesn't have to be an original series in your target language, although that's great. Harry Potter in translation is a really good one, but this year I'm also going to read The Hunger Games in French. I started that while I was in Toulouse, I think, and it's going pretty well. I've got the audiobook, which I really enjoy listening along to, because even though it's The Hunger Games, I feel like it sounds really, really intelligent and smart and good. If you're new to my channel, by the way, spoiler alert, I love audiobooks. Seriously, they're really good. Okay, number 3 is to find a brilliant language exchange tandem partner. This is somebody who you meet maybe once a week and go for a coffee, and you spend half an hour speaking in their language and they correct you, and half an hour with them trying to speak yours and then you correcting them. It's a really great, really fun way to meet new language learners and pick up your target language. There are apps that help you find people, there are Facebook groups that help you find people. Just have a quick Google for tandem and then the language you're looking for and then the city that you live in, and you'll quickly find something. For me, I want to do French while I'm here in Cologne. I think that would be a really good way to keep my French levels up and work on number 1, work on that accent stuff while I'm here, even though I'm in Germany. Okay, number 4 is make a list of incredible films in your target language. And note, it's not watch, it's just make the list. You can do that now. When you finish watching this video, go to IMDb, search by language, and make a great big list of all the films you want to watch this year in your target language. Netflix is actually really good for this, because even if they don't have target language films, and they do have a lot of target language films, they may well have series you already know, but dubbed into your target language. It's something like Netflix/browse by language, something. I'll put the link in the description. Anyway, watching films really, really helps with your accent, back to number 1, but also it's just genuinely really good fun and a really nice way to apply the language that you know to real world cultural stuff. In fact, learning French, one of the main reasons I learned French was because I wanted to get into French films.
Mais oui, les films français sont les meilleurs du monde.
Which I still haven't really done, which is why this is number 4 on my list.
Je pense.
Okay, number 5, set aside time to listen to podcasts in your target language or podcasts about learning your target language. There are loads of really good podcasts that will try and help you learn, so they will speak in English about the structure of grammar in Spanish, for example, but then there are hundreds and hundreds of just really good Spanish podcasts. I've been getting into this myself recently and it's great. There's just such a world of content to go out and listen to, and it's perfect for a commute or when you've got a spare minute, when you're on a train, something like that. My advice would be go to the iTunes top 10 and have a look at the stuff in your target language, download a bunch, subscribe a bunch, and over the next week or 2, listen to those and then try and find out which one's your favorite and then stick with that one. I've heard it takes something like 21 days for something that you do to become a routine habit, and I have no idea if that's true or not, but it does sound like a perfect excuse to chuck a podcast on for your next 21 days worth of commuting. Okay, number 6 is to go back and really nail something basic that you might have forgotten. I think it's so easy when you're trying to push ahead in languages to forget something super basic. Or not necessarily to forget how it works, but just to get stale at it and not quite as snappy as you used to be. For example, in German, I'm really bad at doing the determinate and indeterminate article, the and. And to try and show you what I mean in English, it would be kind of like saying, can I have a apple and an yogurt, please? It just seems a little bit strange using a and an the wrong way around, and I do that all the time in German. Only in German there are 3 different versions of a and an, and they change depending on 4 different things. So you end up with a graph of like 12, well, Anyway, I'm going to print off the determinate article table and the indeterminate article table and put them on that door there. All right, final thing, number 7. We're in Germany, 7 with the thumb, yes. Number 7 is take a trip to a country where your target language is spoken and never speak English. Now, it sounds like a big challenge, but it's genuinely easier than you think. The trick is to get really good at phrases that I call how do I say phrases. Things like, for example,
Kom s'appelle ça? Hoe zeg je spoon in het Nederlands? Qu'est-ce que c'est là? Wie nennt man das auf Deutsch? Les choses oranges, ça, c'est quoi?
If you get really good at using those sorts of phrases, of explaining what you mean and asking the other person to give you the answer rather than just saying it in English, you'll find that you can get by so much earlier than you expect. And you will have to use English. You'll have to say spoon to ask somebody how to say spoon in Dutch. Was it Dutch? Dutch? But crucially, you'll never need to swap out to English for a whole phrase, which is where you start to really just give up on speaking in the language. So I really, really recommend really focusing on that and then just get out there and speak, and you will be so surprised at what you can do. All right, and that's it. That is 7 for 2018. Can you read that? I would love to hear what your language learning resolutions are for 2018. Do you think I missed something? What would you like to add? Let me know in the comments. I would love to read what you guys have to say. And while you're there writing your comment, hit subscribe if you're not already, or here also. But until next time, have a great start to 2018, and I will see you soon. Cheers.